One, we are live to the audience. We can start this meeting. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Live Pharma Coalition, a global knowledge and networking platform for pharma professionals. At the onset, we would like to thank each one of you for your continuous support and encouragement that today at LPC, we are going to have 162 sessions. It is a continuous learning and sharing journey up without any break of 161 episode, and today's episode is 162 episodes. And very shortly, we are coming out with our 175 conclave. So we'll definitely share with you the details about the conclave. Let us come to today's session. You will agree with me that India is known as the pharmacy capital of the world. And one of the country where more than 70% market is dominated by Indians is the Bhutan. And in total, today in our LPC global episode, we are going to learn about Bhutan market. What is the socio-economical culture of Bhutan? What is the geographical landscape of Bhutan? And also, what are the opportunities for Indian pharma marketeers who are interested to explore the opportunities in Bhutan market? And to share this all with me, today we have Mr. Satinder Saini. He is the former NSM in Abbott India International Business for Nepal and Bhutan. Satinder sir is having 36 years of experience in pharmaceuticals, and also currently he is a consultant and leadership coach for pharmaceutical industry. Sir, apart from heading Bhutan and Nepal business, Satinder sir has also worked in Marine and also Piramal Healthcare, more exclusively towards neuropsychiatry business. He is also got President Award from Abbott, and also his credit goes for establishing the business of Bhutan from 3 lakh to 3 crores. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invite and to be a speaker in today's LPC. I have been fortunate and privileged to work with you in Piramal during our neuropsychiatry days. I
Yes.
learn a lot from you, and it is really very humble. I am personally privileged to have you in this episode. Sir, an overview, what you are going to share.
Thank you very much, Yashwant, and a very good morning to all the viewers who are seeing this live Pharma Conclave Coalition program. And I welcome, for my experience hearing today will be basically my journey, which will be an overview from 2018 for last 5 years, which I have experienced in Bhutan. So it will be focused upon how is Bhutan, right? Uh, what are the key parameters when we do a business? What are the markers which we keep in mind? Third is how is the healthcare professionals working? What is the overall market about Bhutan there? And the last part will be the registration and process, that if we are interested, how can we start our business in Bhutan? And what is the procedure for it? Getting your product registered and all. So what's the process? And how do we
Thank you.
finally go there? So this will be an overview today, and
Thank
happy
you
to
very
be
much.
on this
Thank you.
platform with you.
It is really first time, fortunately or coincidentally, first time we are going to have something insight about the Bhutan in our LPC. Many more countries we have already covered, but Bhutan is one of the hidden country which we have not covered. And with your help today, we will learn. Our viewers will learn about Bhutan. So thank you very much once again, sir. Before going to the actual session, I would like to share our LPC presentation, just for an overview for those viewers who are new to LPC. This is our Live Pharma Coalition, a global knowledge and networking forum for pharma professionals. We cover manufacturing, sales and marketing, global packaging, supply chain, HR and NLD, and also academics. Not only that, we have a wide range: leadership, global marketing, manufacturing, and academics. This is the 162 episodes. This is our core team members of LPC who have been continuously supporting this platform for learning and sharing. And these are the mentors who always guide us in getting in creating this platform, taking the platform to the higher strength. Mr. Ganesh Nayak, Executive Director, Zydus, OP Singh, Global CEO, Acumes Drugs, Mr. Shahbaz Alam, MD of Shahbaz Pharma, AVP Chakravarti sir, Global Ambassador of World Packaging Organization, Dilip Singh Rathod sir, President JB Pharma, Ramesh Juneja sir, former Vice President of Reliance, also Dr. PK Rajput, former Senior Vice President, Domestic and International Business of Cadila, Mr. Venugopal V. Vijayendran, President Intas Pharma, Mr. Manoj Saxena, Head of India and Southeast Asia, Bayer, and also Ashok Bhatia sir, Global CEO Abacus Pharma, who is based at Uganda. So these are our mentors. Apart from this, recently we have got Pharma Ratna Universe Award, which is a privilege for us due to continuous support from each one of you. And these are some of the glimpses of our conclave, LPC 100 conclave in Mumbai, LPC 125 conclave at Ahmedabad, LPC conclave 3.0 at Navi Mumbai, and more recently, LPC 150 conclave at Naipar, Hyderabad. So thank you very much, everyone, for your continuous support in taking this journey ahead. These are some of the eminent speakers who graced the occasion in LPC 150 conclave at Hyderabad. And today's session, as I mentioned, is Bhutan Pharma Market and Overview. And to share the details, we have Mr. Satinder Sani, former NSM in Nepal and Bhutan, about international business. So we will learn about the opportunities in Bhutan. I request all the viewers to keep on sharing their learnings and questions. At the end of the conversation, we will definitely take the session into the what is Bhutan and your relevant questions. With that, I would like to share with you a small video clip on Bhutan market. What is Bhutan and how market looks like? So with your permission, let me share this small clip of Bhutan.
Dude, इतना stressed क्यों है? I can't speak properly. मैं कुछ English में बोलने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
Welcome to Bhutan! Land of the Thunder Dragon.
Land of happiness.
There's a good chance you've never heard of this country before, as it gets just 70,000 foreign visitors a year. So let me introduce you to one of the most interesting, humble, and innovative countries in the world. The Kingdom of Bhutan is about the size of Maryland, with the population of Alaska, but tucked away deep in the Himalayan mountains between the world's two most populous countries, India and China. But unlike its chaotic neighbors, life in Bhutan is quiet and charming, with majestic Buddhist temples surrounded by rolling green hills and fresh rivers. It honestly feels like another planet.
Pure magic.
Bhutan is the last standing Buddhist kingdom on Earth. They've never been colonized by a foreign power, so life today is pretty much the same as it's been for thousands of years. So we're getting a traditional meal here, which is red rice, spinach, chili and cheese, and beef. The official language of Bhutan is
Dzongkha.
and it sounds like this.
Guzangpola.
Guzuzangpala,
Kardinchi.
Kadinchi,
Yes.
Nagisen Kachmala,
Ngigiming Rinchen Dolmaila.
Nagimi Drew Ila. In terms of economics, Bhutan is thriving. Its economy is projected to grow by 7.1% in 2018, the second fastest growth rate in the world, behind India. We are now walking by the Buddha Dordenma. It costs $200 million to construct. But here in Bhutan, they don't use GDP to measure their country's prosperity. They use GNH, Gross National Happiness. Yes, it's a real thing. Bhutan is consistently ranked as the happiest country in Asia, and it's obvious when you see their smiles.
My name is Tassim Tunkar.
More on their happiness in another video. What I love most about Bhutan is that they make a strong effort to preserve their culture, their nature, and their rituals.
It's a mantra.
They want to remain isolated from our ever-changing globalized world, and they are very slow to adapt to a modernized life.
Traditional way?
Up until 1961, Bhutan had no roads, no cars, and no electricity. They didn't have TV or internet until 1999. And even today, there are no traffic lights in the country, even in the capital of Thimphu. The government limits tourism by charging a hefty fee of $250 per person per day. And it's mandatory for all visitors to have a guide, kind of like North Korea. But if you ask me, it's 100% worth the price to witness something this special. Let's talk nature.
Gosh, look at this place. It's like a fantasy world, like a wonderland.
Bhutan is 72% forested. The rest of the country is covered with green mountains, deep valleys, wildlife sanctuaries, and nature reserves. The air is so fresh, the views are so stunning, and you will not find a single piece of trash where it shouldn't be. Bhutan's beautiful nature remains untouched as the country is a global leader in sustainability and protecting their environment. It's the world's only carbon negative country, meaning it absorbs more CO2 than it gives out. It's also the world's only country whose largest export is renewable energy.
Despite being in Bhutan for just 48 hours so far, I am overjoyed by what I've seen, and it has led me to ponder the question, what has the Western world done wrong? This is how life is supposed to be lived. I'm Drubinski, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every
So very fascinating video, sir. Thank you for sharing this. It not only gives a lot of curiosity to learn about Bhutan, but to know about happiness quotient, to know about the culture, to know about the traditional approach in Bhutan, right? So once again, thank you very much for sharing this video, sir. And now I would like to start the conversation with your journey. You have been there in pharmaceutical for 36 years. So how was your journey started and what was your experience, if you can share, sir? Unmute, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, first of all, for inviting, as I rightly said. If you ask me, my journey in pharmaceutical career, well, one thing which may surprise you is that when I got selected in Allahabad Short Service Commission in the army and cleared my Allahabad board, but was slightly medical deviated nasal septum and was permanently rejected. And then I came into the pharma industry. So as you have mentioned in your initial remarks, that I joined Merck Sharp and Doom, which was then known as Marind. And it's a Tata enterprise where I started my journey, and I worked there as the medical representative, and from there then was promoted as an area business manager, worked in Indore and Amritsar, covering adjoining areas. And in the middle of my pharma career, I worked in different designations with some multinationals and local Indian companies. And then, finally, when came to my, the last was with Piramal and of course with Abbott, where my last stint was around 23 years. So during this period, I was able to look into the different aspects of Indian market, like into one is neuropsychiatry, I think, which is known to be one of the segment which is always very, very called for. It's very, very important, and it's very wonderful to work in this segment because I really enjoyed it, and especially remembering you as our trainer to the team. You meet neurologists, you see patients, you meet psychiatrists, consulting physicians, and definitely, one thing which comes to my mind is mental health is very, very important, and for that we also celebrate one full week for mental health. The agony in this is that the patient does not know about it. He's not unaware. He's absolutely unaware of his sufferings, and it is only the people around him he's dependent upon them. I'm very emotionally attached to this. I have seen, personally visited some of the hospitals, Agra, Srinagar, Indore, and I was personally moved along. I have a lot of emotional bonding with this. Then I also have an emotion attached to, the patients, the longevity of it. And if not treated correctly, it bounces back, it comes back. So I always like to do something for them in my now journey ahead. Then I got an opportunity for institution business, uh, which possibly absolutely was different, from the trade promotions, and it was absolutely focused upon the government schemes, institutions. So there, the learning was that how institutions are working, what are the modalities of it, what are the nitty-gritties of it, and how do we help and support our teams who are generating prescriptions and your products are getting included in the list, and then how do you finally give it to the major hospitals which are being used for the poor patients and treating them free of cost in the government hospitals. Then of course the journey came to the international business, wherein Nepal and Bhutan became one of my assignments. And the last 5 years, from 2018 onwards, it was basically taking care of Bhutan. And this last 5 years has been absolutely wonderful. Your video, which you showed, although the clip was for almost 2 to 3 minutes, but it summarized and it refreshed my memories for last 5 years. Let me share with you. Um, I remember I was introduced to Bhutan market with my one of the colleague who is country manager based in Nepal, and he was the one who took me there, uh, introduced to all the distributors. I'm always helpful and thankful to him for this journey. My seniors who gave me the opportunity and encouraged me to go there and find out and explore the new business opportunities. And finally we did well. And when you go to a different country, different language, different people, you learn a lot, right? So that was a good journey which I had, and I'm so happy about it. And when Bhutan comes to mind, somebody in India अगर वो सुनता है तो दिमाग में जो चीजें आती हैं, that is absolutely a mountains, fresh air, green environment, absolutely, as zero carbon emission, negative carbon emission, and happiness is one of this there. I've personally seen people are contented. There is no competition there. They're not competing with each other. They're not competing to become rich and attain everything with them. They're very much disciplined also. Let me also share with you that they're very disciplined. And I had opportunity to visit in Bhutan while by road from Jaigaon to Phuntsling, which is the first station of Bhutan. While you enter from West Bengal, from Siliguri, you go to Jaigaon and Jaigaon to that place. And then from opportunity to visit Paro, which is the capital, Thimphu and Galefu, which are the certain areas. So these 4-5 years were very fruitful, where I had a hands-on meeting and seeing all these places with my colleague who was there, and of course with my distributor too. I always cherish my moments. So this was in brief about my career.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Really fascinating. That is good to share about. You told about the geographical landscape of Bhutan, sir. Can you share something about the socio-economical culture of Bhutan people? As you mentioned, and it was showing in the video also, people are very content. Not only that, the happiness index is what is being talked about, and we one of the unique country in the world which are negative carbon emission is there. So can you share something about culture about Bhutan, what they food they eat, or the
Yeah.
culture, dressing?
Yeah. So, so one of the memories which I had is you must have seen that the red and white check.
Yes.
This they
That
Now that attire is actually a government attire, right?
official.
All Bhutanese are supposed to wear that attire while they are into government offices. Without that attire, you are not supposed to enter into government officials. And even when Prime Minister they came to India in official visits, I've seen him wearing this. In when Mr. Modi was inducted, I've seen that attire. So it's an official attire. And how do I remember this? Because in my one of the MD's award, while we had, so I was also me, my distributor, and my colleague. We all
Great.
three were into the same attire, and I love that uh,
Wow.
attire. And I was there. I had videos and memories of those when I was there. So as you rightly said that when a company or a professional pharma company wants to enter into a geography or in neighboring countries of India, which are Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and of course Maldives, and then your Bangladesh. Probably there is a lot of data which is they have to churn out as to see what is that demographic and socioeconomic status of them. So one of the major thing is one is population, right? So Bhutan that way is a small country, right? And it has got 8 millions population with it. Another thing which is being seen as a marker is what is the population growth. So the growth of population in Bhutan is 1.1%, right? Then one looks into see that what is the GDP of that country, because that gives you the economical strength of that country. So it is 2.7 billions US dollars. Then one looks into once look into GDP, then he would like to see what is the growth as well. So the growth which is there is around 4.5% to 5% is a growth in GDP also, which is reasonably good. And then they also see that what is the percentage spent of GDP on the health sector. So which is coming to approximately, these are 3.6% or 4% approximately, which is reasonably good for a small country like Bhutan. I will also cover that how the health they are doing it, and which is very fascinating. That's one thing is which is very different. The median age of the Bhutanese people is around 29-30. So that's there. And what I have seen is Bhutan is basically a country which is 4 or 5 things they are dependent upon. One is tourism. Second is hydro power projects, which I think India and they have a good collaboration. Their forestry is very good. As I think in the video also we learned that the negative emission is only possible because they have got a huge forestry
Green.
with them.
Yes, green.
Yeah.
Green cover.
Green cover is very good. So and then they have because of the hills there's some calcium carbonates and all are extracted, and the manufacturing, trading, these are the certain on which they depend upon. You rightly touched upon the eating habits, right? So even I was also surprised when I look into India, Andhra, Punjab, Assam. They are high chili consumable
Yes.
areas,
Spicy.
right? Spicy and let me share with you that Bhutan is also comparable or equal more than that. So they also take huge chilies and they relish it. Maybe that it keeps them warm.
Yes.
So that could be one of the reason. So these are the few things which I think on socioeconomic markers which are there,
True,
which
true.
encourages
Wonderful.
everybody to do it. And this is slightly what I say is that these smaller markets are slightly untapped. They have a big opportunity, if not today, but for future. And if an organization wants to be there, I think most of the time what they do is they are available or they are there in all the segments. Because if you are not there today, possibly the competitors are there. They will be entrenched very, very well there. And then you may be late, or it will be difficult for you to, uproot them and then make your own space. So as a ideal companies thoughtful is that they are available all across in all the potential revenue markets, and slowly they become bigger. So this is about
Right.
the social talk
Good,
markets.
good, and very interesting, sir. Very interesting. So now come to the pharma market, Bhutan pharma market, because our viewers will be more interested on understanding about how the market behaves, particularly, majorly, which are the therapies, chronic, acute, which are the therapies where a lot of scope is there, one thing. And second is, which are the major market according to you in Bhutan? So for the pharma is concerned, if you can give an
Right.
overview about that. Yes, sir.
Sure. Sure. Thanks, Yashwant. That's an excellent question, because that's more specifically now for the business purpose.
Sure.
If we see this, the 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 incidence of prevalence of some of the disease which are there. So it's cardiovascular in chronic segments which are there. Diabetes, it's upcoming and large people are affected this. Respiratory problems, which are much in number. And then this is cancer is also one of the larger part of it. And how do they treat it? How are they going about it? If there are major disease which is related to heart, oncology, or maybe organ transplant, right? Now these facilities as of today are not available. So for that, what they do is they refer the patients to Calcutta or CMC. But good thing about is that it is all funded by the government. So that is something which is a great relief to the Bhutan people at large. I would also like to mention here that, which is very interesting and very unique, of course, that the entire two things which are free. Number one is health, and second is the education. They are absolutely free for all the citizens of Bhutan. And government takes all this on their shoulders and provide the excellent opportunity. And on this, they have a system of what is called as their major hospitals, right? They have almost 5 referral hospitals. The major one, as you know, that Paro being their capital, but Thimphu is their major city, one of the major city, which has got the highest number of population. It's said that 1/7 of the population of entire Bhutan, that means 8 lakhs, 1/7 is in Thimphu only. Which normally you will see that in any hill areas, there is always a valley or a plain, and then there are the hills. So naturally, on the hills, the population is slightly lesser, depending upon the resources, and naturally the growth which is being propelled in the plains are more. So they have 5 cities which are more important. One is, as rightly said, Phuntsholing, Paro, then your Galefu, Thimphu. These are the certain places which are very, very important.
Right, sir. So, and it's very interesting to know about Bhutan, as you also mentioned, ki healthcare and education both are free in the country. That is really very good thing about the country. So, do you mean that medicines are also free to the people? So people they can वो लोग ट्रीटमेंट भी फ्री है और उसमें मेडिसिन भी आपको फ्री में मिलेगा हॉस्पिटल्स में. So I think कोई प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल नहीं होगा, all the government hospitals must be there.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Since one more interesting thing which I can share is that they have this constitutional monarchy, that the head is the king of the state. Yes, it is, and the prime minister, Mr. Lote Shring, is the head of the government. So they do have the upper and lower houses as in India, and the entire program of running this health is entirely free of all the patients. Their diagnosis, all the diagnoses are free. MRI, ultrasounds, all these kind of things, and the treatment, the medicines are given from the hospital itself. So that is there. However, there are pharmacies also outside. There are approximately around 100 pharmacies which are there. And if you see all across your Bhutan, I would say that it is around 500 plus doctors would be there in the valley in Bhutan. Private, yes, there are very few or absolutely no. You can mention it. 99% are there. Hardly there is anyone who is outside. And so these are the thing. So these referral hospitals, and they also have one more thing which is very important. That's they have a basic health units, right?
Okay.
So they have basic health unit 1, they have basic health unit 2. So basic health unit 1 is approximately 25 in number, or approximately, which has got only 10 beds hospital. And they have, basic health units, which is 2, around 500, which has got smaller beds, that is only 5. And basic health unit, which is clinic are there, where, patient can go for an OPD also. So that is also there.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, now come to the those of Indian marketeers who want to explore the opportunities in Bhutan. May definitely some big player will already be there. You were there in about and around 3 crore worth of business you are generating. So for small players, is there any opportunity of OTC or pharma market as an Indian service? So what is the regulatory, if you can share with our viewers, what are the regulatory procedures or registration process to enter into the Bhutan market?
That's very nice and very elaborate to answer. However, I'll try to, give a brief overview of it.
True,
Well, there are, as you know, that there are multinationals which are available. And I would say that Abbott, Pfizer, Roche, Novo Nordisk, these are and many other MNCs are also there available. And in Indian houses, well, Cadla, Cipla, Torrent, and Yash Pharma, and few others which are known houses in India, they're also available, right? In diagnostics, you will find that, J&J, your Roche Diagnostics, these are also companies which are available. And veterinary, like, Zydus, so they are also available along with Indian Immunologics. So these are the countries which are available, and which are the companies which are available there. Then a very important question I think you asked is that if there is a company which wants to start a business in Bhutan, then what is that which needs to be done, and what is the process? Happy to share with you my experience. And from that 2018 onwards, which last 5 years, and leads to that level of that mark. The first, which is very, very important, when we go to the places like, neighboring countries. So every country have their own laws, one. And for that, first of all, you need to appoint a distributor.
Okay.
Who will become your importer of the products, right? So you fix up a distributor. There are approximately 80 to 100 distributors who are operating there. So you have got a good choice, right? I happen to be working with one of the wonderful person, and we grow together. So there are you have got option of choosing and meeting those people. Once you go there, you can choose the best according to your requirements and their expertise. So second is your products. Like every company will have its own portfolio, right? So they will see that which portfolio I am interested in, which I want to take it to Bhutan. So they identify those products, right? And the next step is to take it to the DRA, Drug Regulatory Authority of Bhutan, which is their office is available in Thimphu. And you go there, you show your intent through your distributor that these are the products which we want to get registered. The process is very nice. Most of the things are online. And that facility is given to the companies which are there in Bhutan for a longer period of time. So there is our easy access, which can be done on online. So with that registration, there are compendiums which you need to give, is entire docket of the product, manufacturing, the sample, the process of manufacturing, where it is manufactured, all those details, and the stability data. So that is being provided to the Drug Regulatory Authority of Bhutan. On screening those products, your products get registered for a stipulated period of time. So once that expiry comes, you need to get this product renewed periodically, so that you can sell those products in Bhutan. So that's the second step. And now comes the third step, is that how do I promote my products there? Once my product, so I have chosen my distributors. That's number one. I have registered my products. That's number two. Now, third is that how do I send my stocks there, right? So the stocks normally are from Siliguri or any CFA across the country. You send it to Jaigaon. Jaigaon is one of the port which is in India side, and it crosses the border and it goes to Phuntsling. There, this transaction and customs related happens, and from there, then they have a drugstore available there in Phuntsling. So if it is available, it is for the there is an institution body which is known as MSPD, MPSD, that is Medical Procurement and Supply Depot, MPSD. So if the stocks are required there, they will go there. And if the stocks are required for JDW NRH, that is Jigme Dorji National Referral Hospital, it will go to Thimphu. So that is how it is stored. And from there, then it will be distributed all across the peripheries and healthcare primary centers. So once it has reached there, now you will think that, how do I promote my products? So Yashwant, here is a small catch that these are all government hospitals, right?
Right.
So if you have to go there, you have to ask permissions from the government regulatory bodies, and then you can go and meet the doctors. But there's a regulatory bodies has to take the permissions. You have to ask for it, and then go at the particular time when they are free. The hospitals are open from morning 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock. In between, they have got a lunch breaks. Doctors have got lunch breaks. And normally when I have gone there, I have seen a huge OPDs, like in Paro, the OPDs goes to as high as 400, 450. Because as in India, any hill station, the people like to come early and would like to complete the entire process and would like to also go early to their homes. Because then you have to do the complete one, your diagnosis, your treatment part, all that needs to be completed. So that's what I have observed. And if you follow this process, you can be there. So if I further break this into up, I think you can break this into two parts. One is the institutional part, and the second would be the trade part. In the trade part, I would say the potential of pharma market. Now, this is all guess. No data is available. It may be roughly around 50 to 100 crores, right? And the growth is around 9%. And on the institution part, which the procurement is done by the government, they have an allocated budget, especially for three categories. One is for the medicines. There is an allocated budget, which roughly maybe around 120 millions or so. Then there is non-medical, which is consumable. This thing that is also roughly around 120 millions. And the third one is your equipments. that could also go up to 150 millions of the currency. Now, fortunately, the currency which is there, the Galtrams, is at par with Indian currency. So 1 rupee of theirs is equivalent to your 1 rupee of Indian rupees. So they are at par. So that's on economy part. So which is makes them very easy. So you don't have to calculate much.
Calculation is
So
not
that's
required.
calculation is not required.
Yes. Yes.
These numbers which I told you about allocation of the funds, definitely they depend and they differ. As we have COVID, so naturally during COVID, the product procurement changes, the product changes. So definitely those are there. Um, Also to the viewers, I would like to share that that any country, they have got their essential drug list. So Bhutan also has got a essential drug list. So roughly around 400 to 500 products which are there. Now those are identified. Now there is a panel committee members of doctors or all specialists. They are there, and every year there is a relook at the products, which products to include and which products may not be required, because it's a very new products will come, new molecules will come, and slightly older may get obsolete. So they do it. So before going into it, the essential drug list needs to be viewed. So the process there is procurement processes that in April or so, they will every year they will announce the essential drug list of that particular year, right? 23, 24, 25, 26 or so. So one needs to identify his own brands. What portfolio do I have? So he identified that. They have already mentioned the quantities, what they require.
Okay.
And as you know, that in institution business, all the units are in units like tablet, injections, and bottles.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they will be
Yes.
that
Units.
way, like units. So one company may be making 12 strips, somebody 6. So irrespective of that, they will. So you
Number of
calculate it,
tablets, number of capsules.
number of capsules. So per unit.
Yes. Yes.
Then you have to be competitive for your bids.
Price.
They give you approximately 30 days or so to bid. That is
Okay.
around April, May. Once you have bid that, then it takes around 2 or 3 months to evaluate, because they have to compare the prices, the products. Here, one thing which is very important, if you have registered your product, like say, for example, I have got an X product, which is my registered product, right? And there is a Y company, which also have got the same molecule, but not registered. Okay. So the company which has got registered will get the benefit of it, because
Great.
the quality is assured. TRA has undergone entire process and it has cleared the registration. So it is advisable that the company,
register.
when they go for the bid, they should register their brand. It will help you in the two ways. One is the product get registered and it is fully with the drug authorities. You are absolutely okay for a stipulated period of time, and then you will be having an edge while the evaluation process takes place. And there are, as RIT shared with you, that there are places and this bids will be open after 3 months. Say, for example, in around June, July or so, they will come back to you if you are identified and you are amongst those winners of those products. They will ask you that will you be ready to supply the stocks? And once you say okay, you say yes, I confirm. That is allotted to you. Entire quantity purchase order comes to you, and next is 45 days to 60 days that you have to give the supplies. So say by October or so, you complete the supplies. And mostly for my viewers, and as you know, that since this is a country, LCs are one which are preferred. So there you can with LC, the business is being procured and it is being preferred by the banks also. So that's absolutely how the money is very assured. It comes to you. You don't have to worry. Your distributors are there and absolutely fair and truthworthy. So this is how the process of entire institution putting the place. This is actually a strategy which a company has to make. Now, irrespective, when in India, when you compare this with India, you have healthcare teams. They go to the hospitals. Then your product gets included into the hospital list. The tender are floated, and then you supply. Okay, here is a nice choice that your product goes into the institutions first, and then you can have the trade of, means the product coming to the trade and you supplying to the trade also. That becomes the second one. So we also have a reasonable amount of the trade sales, because those 100 pharmacies, the product is being consumed inside the hospital, but then not always the hospitals are open. Not always the dispensaries inside the hospitals are open. The hospitals gives you the medicines for a stipulated period of time, maybe 30 days or so. You have to come back repeatedly. Now, for hill stations like Bhutan, for some patients who are elderly, it may be difficult for them to come. So during that time, these pharmacies comes to the help, and then they serve the prescriptions. So that is also a part which one needs to keep in mind, that there is a small pie there as well. So which I can do it. So I would say 90% is our institution, but then this 10% will be a cherry on the cake.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Great. Great to learn so much thing about Bhutan market. So some of our viewers have some questions. Many of them have appreciated the information you have given. To name few, Mr. Abid Hussain, thank you very much. Abid Hussain, Siddiqui has told, sir, very good information. Ramaswamy Pillai, sir, good morning, sir, from PKS Pharma. Can marketed by company enter Bhutan market? Is it viable? Sir, any company who is not the manufacturer, बट ही इज द मार्केटर, किसी दूसरे से बनवाती है, इंडिया में मार्केटिंग कर रही है, खाली मार्केटिंग, उनका एंटर करने का है इसको?
A very good question. I would say that from a viewer. देखिए, बहुत आसान है. इंडिया में भी आपके कंपनियों के अपने ओन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट भी होते हैं, लेकिन साथ साथ में थर्ड पार्टी भी है. थर्ड पार्टी, राइट, विच इज अलाउड. सो यहाँ पे भी एज ऑफ टुडे this is allowed. Going forward, I do not know. So that is why they say that earlier the better. Because fundamentally, if you ask me, any country which is much regulated, they will prefer that you send me the stocks of that product only which you are manufacturing. Why so? Because that country has got that trust that what you make in your house is absolutely, I have a blind trust. However, the company also take the entire ownership of those products which they are making under loan license, and also the third party manufacturing, because marketing is being done by them, right? So the answer to your question is yes, dear. As of today, to my knowledge, it's you can, but the scenario changes and that can happen. I do not know about it, but yes, answer is yes as of today.
Wonderful. Sir, thank you very much. One more question from Ramaswamy. Ajay Gold. Hi, very nice session. Ajay Pandey this side, sir. Thank you very much, Ajay, for watching and appreciating our session. Then Mr. Ramaswamy has more curious about that. Sir, how much is the registration cost? As you told, if you have registered your brand, it is good. So if you can give the cost of registration roughly, sir, for a brand or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry, sir. Bhutan that way is very generous, and the moment you put your dossiers to the DRA, it's approximately 500 rupees from the distributor. Okay. And once the dossier it's being renewed, it's around 2,500 per product. So roughly around 3,000 rupees. I do not know the latest one if they have increased, but during my tenure, it's around 3,000 rupees, which is quite reasonable.
Quite reasonable. Yes. Sir.
So let me also share with you that all government these things, they are quite nominals. Okay. Yes, so as nominal rates are there, so I think if you're going to market a product and the regulatory bodies are looking into it, the quite a tedious process, and they have to go in deep of all those things which I mentioned earlier: the stability, the manufacturing, the samples, and the packaging. I think it's worth it that 3,000 rupees can be spent on each product where you feel that that's being manufactured, and I have a potential for that product in that country.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, two more questions. One question is about, can you share some website from where we can know more about Bhutan, or government website, or some website where they can apply or know more about that? That is one question. Some website, if you can share. Bhutan government, like that, some government website will be there, right, sir?
Okay.
Or the,
So Yashwant, very good thing about Bhutan is that they are very updated in the terms of
Technology.
updating their government
digital.
digital platform.
Yes.
See, this I realized not only that there is a need, because they are all peripheries all across and on the hilltops, the very interiors of this, but they have laptops, computers in all emphasis, and it flows wonderfully well. So you write Bhutan, although I do not remember by heart, but I think we can give it to them separately or later on.
Yes.
And you go to their site, Bhutan government site, you will find that everything is being updated there and absolutely fresh. I mean, it's not that old data which has not been updated. They absolutely do it. They're very good in it.
Yes.
So you can tell the viewer that we can share this later on, or maybe Bhutan government site is absolutely, you can type there absolutely, and there are pharma sections, regulatory bodies. There is one I think you can maybe look into it, and the link can be sent separately.
Yes, sir. I can see here, sir, www.gov.bt.
GOVBT, yes.
Gov.bt is
So
Bhutan
GBT stand
government.
for Bhutan, yes.
Yes.
So once you
Gov.bt
open
they
this,
can go.
yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, another question from Ajay Pandey. He is also very keen. Sir, any opportunity for device companies? Pharmaceutical you have already shared. Device companies, AccuCheck hai, ya asthma ke devices hai. Any opportunity for them to market their product there? Device company का कुछ न कुछ तो होगा.
Well,
Diabetes device.
yes, I must say, what happens is that while we had this, wonderful event of our business in Bhutan for medicines, right?
Yes.
Because I was seeing medicine, so naturally, I had gone into that. But definitely, a country which has got patients, there will be devices, medical devices. They have, as I shared with you, that they have a separate allocation for medical devices, right? So I will reinforce three things. One is that Bhutan government has allocated funds on annual basis, which of course keeps on revising. Is one is for medicines, second is for non-medicines like consumables or durables which cannot be reused, and third is medical equipments. Now in medical equipments, your query falls under that medical equipments, right? Now if you go there, you meet the person concerned, like you said, for AccuCheck or diabetic kits and all, right? So you have to take this proposal to the doctors, the specialists who are there. You need to show that how is my device going to work, right? Convince that panel of doctors, get these products included into the essential drug list. And once this is included into the essential drug list or medicines, equipments, possibly then the procurement will start. So you have to work on convincing the system or the Bhutan government or the specialists or the consultants or the procurement people that this is something which I am bringing new, which can add value to the patients, value to the doctors. And definitely any government, and especially Bhutan government, which is the entire health is on their shoulders. They have taken it. They will be absolutely happy to have these kind of things, which if they are not already buying there. So if they're buying there, it is already there in the essential drug list or equipment, medicine equipment. You need to go through that. If it is there, wonderful. Then you are ready. You get your product registered and bid for next year. And if it's not there, then possibly the route is through the channel which I shared with you.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you very much for the information, sir. One more question from again Ajay is, sir, the cost of registration is same for pharma and device, or it's different? I think that that might be same, similar, na sir?
Sir,
Must be similar.
I'm sorry.
Hindi
This
itself,
is
sir. कुछ
I
तो
do
अपने आप
not
ही
know
करो.
about it.
Yes,
I
yes.
do not know about it, friend,
True, 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 true.
because I do not
But
had this
we
thing.
can say कि it will be affordable. It will be affordable, right, sir?
It should be
Because
affordable, but
it,
yes, I do not know. To be honest,
yes, yes. True,
I may
true,
not
true.
be able to answer because my portfolio was not that. But after
Correct.
our business leap jump,
Mm.
a lot of thought has come that if we can do well, why can't we, equipments or these kind of things can also do wonder there.
True, true.
So there is a
Right, sir.
possibility, but it will be
True, sir.
definitely, as I told you,
Mm.
as a government, it will be very reasonable, which you can afford and which is worth a try.
Wonderful. Sir, we talked about culture, we talked about pharma and business. One thing somehow we missed is one of the question is there, what about the language? Are they comfortable with English, or we need to, or Hindi also some of them know? You have been there
Okay.
many times.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So wonderful.
language barrier?
This thing,
Yes,
although,
yes.
yeah, no, absolutely not.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
what I'm going to tend to, as seen in the video, their official language is Zongkha.
okay.
It was written there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you won't believe, Yashwant, that Hindi is their one of the language which their student learn.
Wow, wow.
They all know Hindi,
Great,
and
great,
English,
great.
of course, is a
Ah,
universal language.
yes, yes,
So,
yes. So
so
language is
if
not a
you
problem.
see the ties of India and
Mm.
Bhutan are absolutely very close,
True.
right?
Mm.
So we have that neighboring countries, we have got years, because it's just what, like our borders, we India shares approximately 677 kilometers borders with Bhutan, and with
Okay.
China it is almost around 477 kilometers. So if you go from Siliguri, West Bengal till up the Guwahati and all, so it is very well attached. So they know Hindi. Language won't be a problem in business. That's what I can assure you.
And also you mentioned that they have good respect for Indians. That is also a
Absolutely.
good thing. That is also a good thing. That is wonderful information, piece of information you shared, sir. Sir, a last question. You have worked from my side. You have worked in Nepal market also. You have worked in Bhutan market. How you will compare competition wise, quality wise, regulatory wise? How you will compare both? कहाँ पर आपको मजा आया या मजा आया? Ease of doing business में कैसे तौलेंगे दोनों को? My Nepal market and Bhutan market.
Right. So naturally there are comparisons.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I would say that both the markets are different, right? So it should not be in comparison नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि दोनों के डेमोग्राफिक्स और उसमें काफी फर्क है.
Different. Yes.
अगर आप नेपाल मार्केट को देखते हैं, तो अभी मैं कंपैरिजन करता हूँ, तो पॉपुलेशन देखते हैं हम. नेपाल is around 3 crores. Bhutan is only 8 lakhs. Okay. Pharma market, Nepal is much bigger. This is quite this thing smaller than that as on today. Third is, in Nepal you have got trade business also.
Okay.
Trade business is more. Institution is also there.
Okay.
So it's like
Prescription-based
that
business is
kind
there.
prescription based, right? So
Yes, yes.
I would say Nepal is almost the same way as you do in India.
India. Okay.
However,
Okay.
in Bhutan, it is 99% skewed towards institutions, or
Okay.
99%. So here your strategies differ.
Different. Yes.
Absolutely differ. In terms of registration and DRA, you have DDA, drug department there in Nepal. Here you have a DRA, right? So no difference. Both the products has to be registered, and they are registered and renewed periodically. In terms of manufacturing capability, right? Nepal is much better with some 80 to 100 manufacturing unit now in Nepal. Whereas in Bhutan, you will find maybe around or lesser than 10 as on today. I was reading in recently 2-3 days back, बीरगंज में एनफील्ड का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट लग गया है, एनफील्ड मोटरसाइकिल का. It will be absolutely bullet का. It will be Birganj. So they might produce it some for Nepal,
India,
and they will export from Birganj, which is a very border area,
to
to India
Patna.
as well.
Yes. Good,
Patna and
great.
India. So when any country they says कि manufacturing आना चाहिए, उसे employment आता है, so this slowly. So these are the major differences. And last difference which I can say is, in Nepal, you operate like as you keep medical representatives, promote your products to doctors, you can go anywhere. But here, since these are all government regulated products or hospitals, the entry is there. So very less representation I have seen there. So mota moti aisa rahega.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, thank you. So Ajay Pandey says, good to see Piramal colleagues grown at this level. Even I was part of Piramal Abbott Biotech team. Thank you very much, Ajay, for your sharing appreciation and asking questions. Thank you very much, everyone, for appreciating. A lot of people have appreciated and asked questions. Sir, the one thing I would like to ask you now, you have been there in the journey of 30 years, 8 years in pharmaceuticals, and recently you are retired from Abbott International. Now, what is your future plan? Means, how do you see your second inning? You want to enjoy life, relax, or you want to contribute to the fraternity, your expertise, if you want to contribute, then what are the ways? One way you have already today in the platform, you have come and share your thoughts. What is your planning for second inning? Yeah, roughly, sir, roughly. I know it is very early to tell. Roughly, what you would like to share, and go ahead with.
So, my experiences, ये मेरा अपना वो जाति वो है कि हमको ना जिस सिचुएशन में हम हैं उसको एंजॉय करना चाहिए.
यस सर.
ये मेरा एक लर्निंग है. मैं आपको बताता हूँ क्यों कह रहा हूँ. क्योंकि जब आदमी रिटायर नहीं होता है, वो सोचता है यार रिटायर होके बहुत मजा आएगा, आराम से सोऊंगा, उठूंगा नहीं, काम नहीं करूंगा, और रिलैक्स करूंगा, मैं सिर्फ अब मैं जो घूमूंगा, ऑल दैट काइंड, राइट. बट माय एमडी सेड ऑन माय 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शन, वेरी नाइस थिंग. ही सेज कि मस्ट 58 इयर्स जो अब आप साल काम करते हैं, 30-35 साल, आपका एक्सपीरियंस बहुत बढ़ जाता है. When you are full of your experience, right? उस एक्सपीरियंस को आप अपनी नई जनरेशन के साथ जरूर शेयर करिए. नई जनरेशन के पास नॉलेज है, उनके पास एंथुजियाज्म है, एनर्जी है, आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस है. आप इन दोनों का जो मेल होता है वो एक ऐसी सिनर्जी है जो कि बहुत लोगों को ओपन माइंड करता है, और लर्निंग जो है वो एक दूसरे से लर्निंग होती है. मैं आपको एक बहुत टिपिकल एग्जांपल देता हूं. डॉक्टर्स देखें आपने मेडिकल कॉलेज में, जूनियर डॉक्टर्स आ रहे हैं, फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, हर बार प्रेजेंटेशन हो रहा है, नई नई चीजें आ रही हैं. हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट और एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर वो देख रहे हैं, वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हैं, ये लोग उनको अपने नई नई चीजें बता रहे हैं. सो लर्निंग गोज इन टुगेदर. वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ए मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग टुगेदर आई हैव सीन and witnessed, and और हम सब ने ये witness किया होगा. And coming to your question very sharply, well, I would like now my experience to be shared with all the colleagues who wants to enter into international business, pharma companies, and helpful to them for getting into this process as a lead coach, and of course an instrument in getting this international business process completed. In any case, if anybody wants, I'm always available to them. One can connect me on Facebook or maybe Insta or maybe LinkedIn. I'm available, and I will be happy to share all that expertise and experience which I have gained. I'm not an expert, boss. I would say that, I'm not an expert, but whatever I have understood, whatever my experience is, because hands-on experience while you go there, because 2012 onwards until 23, now it's almost around a decade which I've spent in Nepal and Bhutan, which can be very useful for our newer people who wants to enter this. So this is how what I would like to share, and I am available. I would like to I am retired, but not retired. I would like to
Yes,
start my another journey with the caption. I liked it, and it has enthused my enthusiasm and motivated once again. So I'm inspired to now start with something which is more, which very I'm very comfortable. And last 35 years I've been into pharma industry, which I can definitely share with my colleagues.
True, sir. Sir, I have also shared your number in this PPT, right? So those who want to interest, they want to contact sir, they can definitely contact on 82915-40041. Sir is also available at LinkedIn and Facebook. So definitely you can contact. Not only that, sir is having excellent or expertise in neuropsychiatry market, as I have seen you in India business also. So those who want to enter into neuropsychiatry market in India business, they can contact as a consultant. Sir will be available to what will be the structure of the field, what should be the strategy, what should be the portfolio, how neuropsychiatry dynamics of neuropsychiatry market, who are the thought leaders, who are the opinion leaders. Sir can contribute a lot on this also. Sir, once again, thank you very much. First of all, for accepting our invite. We look forward to you again for
Yes.
Nepal market. Today,
Yes.
time was constrained. We have already overshot the time. So, but we'll
Okay.
definitely look forward to you for many more times in LPC. And very shortly, we are going out to come with the LPC conclave. As you know, it is a physical in-person conference,
Very
LPC
nice.
conclave 75. LPC
Okay.
Conclave 175 on 2nd of September. I am announcing also to the people.
Okay.
The
Okay.
first Sunday of September, that is 2nd of September, will be in
Okay.
Mumbai. So
Oh,
definitely, all the other details will be shared. We would like to invite you as
okay.
a panelist speaker in that LPC, so you can interact with other colleagues also. It is a wonderful platform also. Once again, thank you very much all the viewers for encouragement, for asking questions, understanding. Instead, Ramaswamy Pillai has written instead. Interesting. So good to see. I have already shared these things. Thank you very much, everyone. And once again, thank you for all your continuous support in this journey. 162 is the today's episode. Those who could not watch, there will be recording available in the Facebook and YouTube. You can watch that. And next week again, we'll come out with another speaker with another market and overview. So keep on encouraging, keep on sharing. Sir, once again, thank you very much. Last question to you. How did you find our platform, sir? Your feedback about our platform. Your closing
Uh,
remarks to the viewers.
Absolutely. So, Yashwant, in fact, if you could not ask this question, I requested you to,
Yes.
give me a minute to thank.
Yes.
Well, I would definitely say that Yashwant and the entire PPT, what you have shown, the leadership team and the people who are involved with the Life Pharma Coalition has made this very, very interactive, contributory to the knowledge and experience sharing. And I'm very happy that I am today being a part of it, of this journey. I think this is a networking platform which enables you to share and learn mutually. So wonderful, and thank you very much for inviting me as a guest to one of this session. And I think since we are doing it as from a webinar, it's very convenient. Sitting at home and listening to the experts is absolutely a delight, and as convenient and absolutely no cost. Thank you, Yashwant, once again personally, and you are taking an interest and leading this from the front. And you have taken keen interest in expanding the Life Pharma Coalition. I would also like to add my contacts and bring the more and more guests and increase the horizon of our learnings together and impart with the who are interesting. I think we together can do our wonders. Thank you so much once again, and once again thank you to all the viewers. And if there are any suggestions, I'm open. And how can it be better? Or if there are any questions which are not answered, I'm always available. You can reach out to Yashwant or to me separately. Thank you so much. Delighted, and have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank Imagica Health for continuous support on live streaming our sessions. Thank you very much, Imagica Health, for your continuous support and encouragement. As you mentioned, I am leading, but let me tell you, I am the face of LPC, but there is a team. There is a
I know,
core
I
team who is continuously supporting me from behind, from backup. Raman Marke is there, ICS Verma, Arpun Kumar Paul. These are some of the core team members who always support us in this entire journey. And I would like to thank entire team of LPC for their continuous support and encouragement. We'll take LPC to a newer platform
You were
in
right.
future, definitely. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All of you, thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.